All right, guys. Today we are having a real talk. I want to move away from building in public. So, this is still something that I'm processing right now, but I really want to just share my thoughts around this whole process, like what caused it, where I'm going, and how I'm planning the transition. Okay. So, why did this happen? You know, at the end of 2020, when I first started writing and sharing online, I bumped into the topic building public, and I immediately thought, okay, there's an opportunity there. I could be someone who is teaching other people how to do it. So let me show you. This is actually the guide that I wrote in the beginning of 2021. So I updated it to 2024, but it made me the building public guy over the last 3 years. So, I was happy. I was very thankful that I get to ride the wave of building in public. It was very popular back then. A lot of people were talking about it. But then over the last 3 years, I can see that it's actually more a trendy word, a term that people used instead of a philosophy, a framework. And the thing about building in public is it's a common term. It's a very generic term that everyone is saying. So as time goes on, it is quite hard for me to actually teach my philosophy. People would make different assumptions or understanding because of how other people talk about building in public. I thought this is actually not a good thing because over time I want to kind of develop my own philosophy that people know that this is from Kavan. And indeed, that has happened over the years. I not just teach people building in public, but I've been teaching people the Kavan's version of building in public. That is just out of their mind. They often tell me that, oh, I didn't know this is what building in public means. I didn't know you have to involve the people around you. I don't know this is how you do it. But now you show me. So I am adding some understanding to build in public, but not branding it under Kavan's philosophy. Overall, that's just not a good thing. So that is the reason why I think it's time to move away from this keyword, but start to look at what else I can stand for, like what philosophy is that I'm teaching. So now you might be wondering, like, if not building public, then what? What are you focusing on, Kavan? I'm actually, thinking that I'm not changing anything that I'm doing. Some of you might know that I care about community and transparency. It's still my main thing. It's my way of teaching. And the end goal, what is the end goal that I'm trying to help people get? I'm really passionate about teaching. I'm really passionate about being able to share with people what you know and to make products out of it and make a living out of it so that you can have that flexible lifestyle. When I ask myself these questions, I challenge myself. Basically, everyone is talking about this dream. Do I want to be one of them to sell this dream? Wow, that was a big question in my mind. And I thought to myself, yeah, it is selling a dream, but then it also really makes sense to me. Like, I really enjoy what I do. I want to show people how to do it. But I guess my difference is I want to do it with transparency. I want to do it with honesty, my usual style. So that would make it a little bit less like, oh, you're selling my dream, but you're trying to make money off me. And then on the other side, other than helping people get out there, overcome their fear with my philosophy, in the last few years, I've been also teaching people around working with their audience, working with their fans. And that goes into a great framework that can help you build buzz towards a product launch, because you're not just creating a product and then tell people, hey, this is what you can buy. My framework is about, like, when you build it, you should be getting feedback, you should be building those relationships, and then you get testimonials and early users, and that can help you with your launch. That's my entire framework. And I think I can continue to talk about that. I just need to zoom out with a new term that can include all of these things. And that's the hard part, because I suck with names. I am terrible. Like, all my products, I don't think I name them nice. In my recent case study that I published, I spent the last few weeks writing it. I put on the term build with fans. I like this term. It's because, well, when building public, people assumption is like, oh, you're just throwing things out in public, you're just sharing updates. The main message is like, just do everything in public, right? Build in public. But build with fans has a very different meaning. Build means you're actively doing something. With means involvement, you care about their input. Fans mean audience, community, people who care about your work, people who are around you. And I like that, build with fans. So I think that's what I'm playing with. It's not set in stone, but I guess this video is about my thought process. So I thought I might share it. And I think the other thing is it's an evolution of business. When I first started out, I talk about a very niche topic, build in public. That's actually the right approach. I still recommend everyone to pick something that you can get known for. Like if people cannot associate you with something in 3 seconds, you don't have a brand. And if people don't remember you for that, you don't have a brand. So I had a brand. But as things go on, it's time for me to take whatever I have and move into something more technical. So build in public, a lot of mindset, a lot of get out there, kind of how to tell your story. But now I have experience like building lead magnet, email funnels, how to build trust, how to design products, how to do pricing, how to get feedback. All of those are like business topics. So yeah, I guess it's just inevitable for someone at my stage to move more into talking about the technicals of building up a business. So now I guess why I understand like a lot of people are going this path, because it's sort of an inevitable path. So now coming to the last part of this video, I want to talk about how I plan to do the transition, because it's not so easy to reposition yourself. And I guess I have been trying to talk to different people about this for a while already. So I'll show you here. This is my community, Build in Public Mastery. It's still called Build in Public Mastery. And about a month ago, I openly share about this, everything I just told you, with my members. And I get a ton of great feedback from them. And I even hosted a think tank live sessions. And 6 of the members joined me to bounce ideas around my direction. So really grateful about that. But I guess my point is I embrace building with fans because I enjoy getting feedback from them. So my thinking about this is I'm not going to stop everything that I do, because the key is I'm not trying to do something different. I'm actually doing exactly the same thing. I'm just repackaging, rebranding the first impression of what you know me for. So I'm going to still teach my classes. I'm going to still run my community. But then I already changed how I talk about my work, about the messaging. And I want this to be a slow transition. I know it's going to create confusion in people, but I think this is much better than I plan everything in behind the scene and then suddenly one day I'm launching this new brand. I don't think it works because, again, my philosophy is everything takes time and you need to like slowly warm it up. Yeah, my first way of doing that is I actually wrote up a case study. So I worked on this for the last few weeks and it's called the 100,000 Creator Education Business. I pretty much wrote all the steps and all the strategies and all the lesson learned that I had in the last 3 years. And since I just reached this goal with a 82% in product sales, I thought it would be nice to share it with people, but also start establishing my new positioning, which is about creator education business. That's my experiment. I don't know if it will work, but yeah, we'll see how that goes as well. And I'll leave the link for this case study at the bottom of this video as well. So if you're interested, you can also check it out. I guess the last thing is my brand, Public Lab, my main program, Building Public Mastery, my show, Public Show. Everything is around the word public. So it's time to change it. We'll see how that goes. This has been a nice chat with you, sharing my behind the scene thoughts around this big change. I think this is the biggest change in my 3 years of business. So I'll keep you updated how that is going. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you around.